बात जरा होने दो।
I'll just go and get.
वादा करो नहीं छोड़ोगे तुम मेरा साथ। वहाँ मैं भी हूँ। इंतज़ार ही आएगा कुछ खबर मेरे यार की, ये हमें है अभी बेवफा हो नहीं, फिर वजह क्या हुई इंतज़ार की। तेरी गली में नाता सनम,
ये बिल्कुल ठीक है भाई साहब, इसको ऐसे ही रखिएगा और अगर आपने बदला ना तो फिर बात नहीं करूंगा मैं बाद में।
आई लव यू भैया।
ये कौन रखेगा? ये सब बदले मिलके
अर्पण तू ज्वाला तो लेने मत बता दे सही किया है, एक नंबर रहेगा मेरे साथ सही किया है।
मेरे महबूब कयामत हो
तरफ बैठ जाओ, कल की तरफ।
अच्छा हमने MC को कौन सा नंबर देना है? ठीक है
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're all set to begin with day 2 of EEMAGINE 2019. Requesting everyone to please enter the hall and take their seats. We'd also like to humbly request you to please put your cell phones on silent. Thank you. So of course, all the action happens on stage and you don't want to miss the magic happening. So requesting all our delegates to please come and join us at the round tables up front. Lots will be happening on day 2 of Imagine 2019.
Can I request people at the back to move forward? I know I love being a backbencher throughout my life. I still like to do it, but at times, please, all of you please at the back. Those lovely ladies at the back, please move forward. I can see you. It's not so dark. Now I will let a professional do it and not do it.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And as Sir just said, please, everyone at the back move to the front. All the magic, all the action will happen right here on this fabulous stage. So please, everyone from the back. You know, I'm sure while growing up, a lot of us in here, some of us were backbenchers, some of us were those who sat right in the front. But look, here we are today, day 2 of Imagine, at the same place. So no matter front bencher, back bencher, we all end up where we have to be. And that is in this fabulous creative industry, ladies and gentlemen. So good to have all of you here. So before we officially kickstart day 2 of Imagine 2019, requesting everyone to please take their seats, preferably up front. Okay, so we're all set to go. We're just waiting for some of our delegates to join in. I know a lot of us had a late night last night. I'm guilty of that as well. So we're just going to give them a few minutes. However, time is of course critical. So we shall start within the next 60 seconds. Looking forward to a great day. Don't time me on that. Good morning and namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Requesting everyone to please take their seats as we're all set to get started with Day 2 of Imagine 2019. Please, a warm round of applause. Put those hands together, not just like this, like this. You know, get that blood circulation going, because all of us have had a late night, and as I said, I'm guilty as well. So we need to get that blood pumping a bit. But I promise I will not be one of those anchors, and I know we anchors are guilty of doing that, saying, "How are you doing? Are you ready?" So I'm not going to do that, because as I said, I know we're maybe a little bit buzzed from last night. But I might do it later in the day, just not early in the morning. So having said that, once again, good morning and namaste, and welcome to Day 2 of Imagine 2019. I am Pooja Yadav Kef, your host for this day. For those of you who know me, hello, it's so good to see you. For those of you who don't know me, well, even better, because I'm done with that old crowd. I'm looking forward to meeting some new faces, so looking forward to getting to know you better. I'm so thrilled to be a part of Imagine 2019, because who are we kidding? This is it. It does not get bigger than this. Imagine is the ultimate, the penultimate platform wherein we have the best minds, the best talents, the best skills, the best ideas, the best showcase of technology, the best knowledge base, all put together exclusively for all this lovely audience that we have here. So Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, this is what it's all about. And our theme, of course, innovate, integrate, inspire. It's really about celebrating leading edge innovations by integrating our collective base of knowledge, our experiences, and finally, putting them forth in a very inspired and inclusive manner. So this, in a nutshell, is what Imagine 2019 is all about. And much like the song Imagine by John Lennon, I think Imagine is inspired by the goal of that perfect world where we can all operate at our optimized best, and that happens when we come together as a team, because at the heart of the matter is this family from the event space. So really a lovely audience, a lovely lineup of speakers on stage, and well, a sort of lovely anchor too. So let's begin with another big round of applause for all of you. Welcome to Day 2, Imagine 2019. So you know, the tough thing about performing for professionals from the event space is that they have been there, done it, seen it, heard it so many times. I mean, how can we wow you? How do we surprise you? You've done it. You've done it all. So we thought, and we finally come up with something I promise that none of you have experienced before. Neither have I, by the way. You know, I've moderated, I've hosted, I've introduced a lot of panel discussions, monologues, dialogues, critical dialogues. You know, we give them all sorts of names. But never have I been a part of what's coming up. It's something we like to call the face-off. The face-off. Reminds you of those Terminator type movies where you're, you know, those deadly looks staring at each other. The face-off. But, it's going to be a more pleasant experience than that. And I'm going to tell you in just a little while what it is. Allow me to welcome on stage the people who are going to be part of this face-off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, okay, let me give them a little clue. So this is essentially a journey from when we get the brief. Oh, the cats are in the bag. Okay, please, gentlemen, join me on stage. Mr. Krishnan Chatterjee, Mr. Vishal Malik, Mr. Samit Garg, and Mr. Brian Tellis. Drum roll, please. Welcome. Welcome, sirs. Okay, so we have, oh, this is the true sign of an artist. Okay, so as I said, this is truly something which has never been done before, especially on a platform such as this. A platform as mammoth and monumental as Imagine 2019, has to have some pretty, can I say the word kick a beep beep performers up there. So everyone visualize. We're going to talk about a journey from the brief to when you get the brief till the payments. Right? It's a long and tricky part. Yes, it deserves a round of applause. But, kahani mein twist hai. We're going to sing about it. That sounds like fun. But the only condition we have is that we want all of you to be as interactive as possible. So when you have fun, they have fun. When they have fun, you have fun. It's a circular, the cause and effect thing. So is that part of the deal? Come on, people from the rest. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, so we shall begin. Should we start? Perfect, let's do this. So we begin with the brief. The client is excited, the agency is excited, and we're going to find out exactly the first bit of the brief from the client side. So let's hear it from Krishna Chatterjee. What do you have to say?
Okay, so let me give all of you a brief, the only way I know how. So do turn up for your briefing with a musical instrument. It makes saying nasty things very easy. How many of you get good briefs? Can I see a show of hands?
Guys, you don't have to lie to him, okay? Be honest.
So I must point out, standing from the stage, I saw intense correlation between the front benchers and people who got good briefs. So, I must point out to you, getting a good brief is part of success in the events industry. Let me tell you about it. Today is gonna be the day you're gonna get some relief. Right now you can somehow come to me for a brief. I don't believe that anybody can give you the brief like me. But when we sit down, you give me a big fright. All I want is for you to get it first time right. I don't believe you get anywhere if you want to fight with me. This is your big chance to become famous. All you need to do is get off your ass. You can have your cup of tea and boast about me when you come to EEMAGINE. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one to make it. Listen to my brief. Everyone will call you cheap.
Woo! Okay.
Get that brief?
Yes, yeah. So that's Krishnan and Brian. What are you going to say to him?
Man, I don't know about good briefs. I sometimes am tempted to ask if they wear the right briefs. Honestly. But anyway, that having been said, I just have one thing to say to you guys. Don't get all highly strung and stuff. We're supposed to be on the same side, I'm saying just take it easy.
Mine.
didn't know my brief was showing, but anyway.
And which brand?
Which brand? Okay, so over to the client side again. What do you have to say, Vishal?
Well, you can't take it easy. We are the client. We tell you to get into the action mode the day we start. We don't want you to waste any time whatsoever. When we've given you the brief, even if it's a one-line brief. Can't hear you. I just met a girl and she's from Wanda. I can dance and she can sing, we can rock the whole night long. Wanda, Wanda. Last time, Wanda, oh yeah!
Oh, there you have it. Now it's the ball is back in the agency's court. Samit, it's over to you.
So I've been told to maintain a very non-controversial profile here. लड़ाई झगड़ा अपने को नहीं करना और आता भी नहीं. And वैसे भी प्रॉब्लम लाइफ में ये है कि साल में 5 या 6 इवेंट्स करते हैं in terms of weddings. So जो भी मौका मिले वो मौका अच्छा है. So every opportunity that we get, हम तो बहुत खुश होते हैं और खुशी में हमको सिर्फ गाना आता है. So this is what we do. दीवाने को मन मचल रहा, कुछ गाने को कोई रोको ना. दीवाने को मन मचल रहा, कुछ गाने को कोई रोको ना. ये भीगा भीगा मौसम, ये भीगी भीगी राह, चले तो हम राही, बाहों में डाले बाहें. ये भीगा भीगा मौसम है, ये भीगी भीगी राह, चले तो हम राही, बाहों में डाले बाहें. फूलों ने खेल के कहा ये दिल से, है दिन सुहाना, मौसम सलोना, दामन से बांध लो, ये बिजनेस है यार, कोई रोको ना.
I tell you one thing, there's no stopping you, Samit, ever. कोई नहीं रोक सकता. Okay, so the journey has begun. The brief has been given. However, there's many a slip between the cup and the lip. Now we move on to our next segment, which is expectation versus reality. It's back to Krishnan.
Do you guys agree that clients have expectations different from reality? Because hey, haven't you just seen what happened? Here are two poor clients playing their own guitars, and the event manager turns up with a 1,000-man audience, musicians, tracks. That's our expectation, guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me give you how the client sees expectation versus reality, because this is your business. There's one song which calls it out. Can't buy me love. Can't buy me love. Say you don't need more budget now, and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you come with ideas that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. I'll give you all I've got to give if you do my event true. I may not have a lot to give, but what I've got I'll give to you. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so. Can't buy me love. No, 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 no. No money needed. That's the expectation. You proved it today, guys.
Money can't buy me love, he sings, man. Give it to me, it buys me sustainability. Don't pretend you're distracted, okay? Don't pretend to be distracted. Money gives me a lot more than love. Give it to me, baby, give it to me. You know, the unfortunate thing sometimes, I believe, this relationship we all pretend is such a happy, glorious marriage. Is it? Sometimes I tend to think we're just
You mean marriages are
stuck
happy?
with you. Stuck with you. I'm telling you, no options, man. Stuck with you. Or stuck on you. Stuck with you. I got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't. Yes, I'm on my way. Needed a friend. Yeah, the way I feel now, I'll never be with you till the end. Yes, I'm on my way. Though I'm glad to stay. Please stay. If you give me the money. If you give me the money. Stuck on you. Been a fool too long. I guess it's time for me to send you home. Yes, I'm on my way. So hard to see that a client like you couldn't wait for a man like me. Yes, I'm on my way. I'm glad to stay. Shall we end it here? Is the message coming across? What? We unfortunately have no time, the luxury of time rather, but hey, happy to be stuck on you sometimes.
Once again, client, we don't care you're stuck or not. Our focus is on Deepika. We need Deepika. Okay, so we don't care about the reality. All we need is for you to figure out, to meet our expectations, irrespective of anything. We expect you to do, bridge through all the difficulties. So here's a song for you. कुछ पाने की हो आसास, कोई अरमा हो जो खास खास आशाएं, हर कोशिश में हो बार बार कर दरियाओं को पार पार आशाएं, तूफानों को चीर के मंजिल को चीर ले आशाएं मिले
अगेन आई थिंक आई एम प्रिविलेज बिकॉज हम ऐसी सिचुएशन में बहुत कम फंसते हैं. तो हमारे यहाँ एक्सपेक्टेशन और रियलिटी में गैप होता नहीं है इनवेरिएबली. बट अगर कभी खुदा ना खास्ता हो जाता है तो पोलाइटली हाथ जोड़ के माफ़ी मांग लेते हैं और घर जाके कुछ ऐसी बात करते हैं. हम बेवफा हरगिज़ न थे, पर वो वफा कर ना सके. That's all that I have to say here.
You know, वफा की बात करें तो we move on from expectation versus reality to 24/7 accessibility. And there's a common joke that for every event professional, his first wife is the client. Right? We talk about Wafa. And of course, which is why a lot of our companies are run by husband, wife both. Because the wife or the husband, either which way, has figured out this is the only way we will get to spend time together. But okay, that's just a joke. And let's move on to this 24/7 accessibility. This time it's over to you, Vishal. We start with you.
Yeah, so we always miss our first wives, which is the event managers. And honestly, when we don't find you around, हमारा दिल मचलने लगता है, हमें थोड़ी घबराहट होने लगती है. तो उसीलिए I will sing this song on B minor. दिल मचलने लगा, यूं ही ढलने लगा, रंग भरा प्यार का ये समा. One more time. दिल मचलने लगा, यूं ही ढलने लगा, रंग भरा प्यार का ये समा. आज ऐसे में बस छोड़ के चल दिए तुम कहाँ, मैं यहाँ, तुम कहाँ, मैं यहाँ. ओ जाने जा ढूंढता रात दिन मैं यहाँ वहाँ. मुझको आवाज़ दो, चुप गए हो तुम कहाँ, मैं यहाँ, तुम कहाँ, मैं यहाँ.
Good answer, event managers.
Samit, कुछ तो वादा करो उनको. See, some promises to be made.
वादे एक्चुअली होते बहुत छोटे हैं. बट ये हमसे 24/7 की अवेलेबिलिटी की अपेक्षा करते हैं. हमारी भी अवेलेबिलिटी की इनसे थोड़ी सी अपेक्षा रहती है कि हाँ, बिकॉज आफ्टर ए सर्टन पॉइंट इन टाइम इनके फ़ोन बंद हो जाते हैं. सुबह 8 बजे कोई मालिश करा रहा होता है, कोई ब्रेकफास्ट खा रहा होता है, वटेवर. तालियां खान से बड़ी मुश्किल से. वादा करो नहीं छोड़ो कि तुम मेरा साथ, जहाँ तुम हो वहाँ मैं भी हूँ. छुओ नहीं, देखो जरा, पीछे रखो जहाँ तुम हो जहाँ मैं भी हूँ.
Talk about passion in that commitment. So, Christian, what do you have to say to that?
No, I think Samit answered. There's a 9 to 5 job and there's a 5 to 9 job. 9 to 5 is ours. 5 to 9, you have all the time to do everything else. What do you do with your time, guys? Let me explain that thought through song. about it. Taking away the moments that make up a dull day. You fritter and waste your hours in an offhand way. When you're kicking around and I tell you to come for a meeting, you're waiting for someone or something to show you the way. You must be tired of lying in the sunshine, staying home to watch the rain. Though I have a business to run, I will give you time today. Don't dare not turn up when I call. 10 years I've got behind you. No one told you when to run. I'll get you to the starting gun. Threats. You know, we pretend to be happy and shiny and, you know, all of that. Are we? You know what? These relationships, man, that punish you between 5 to 9. 9 to 5 doesn't allow you to do diddle between 5 and 9. Just want to let you know. You know, life as an agency with these guys around is one big respect sacrifice.
Creative fees. There's a lot of sacrifices to be made there. The agency always wants it, the client never wants to give it. So to tell us more, Samit.
हमारी तो आदत है, तो हाथ जोड़ के पहुंच जाते हैं. फीस मांगी है तुम्हीं से, ना इनकार करो. प्यार मांगा है तुम्हीं से, ना इनकार करो. सुबह EEMAGINE है सुबह, कितनी हंसी है सुबह. EEMAGINE है सुबह, आओ मेरे साथ इसे आबाद
wish our client to always pack a punch.
So I think आप जब फीस मांगते हो बड़े क्यूट लगते हो और हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब आप वो करते हो, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज कि हमें थोड़ा वो समझ नहीं आता है कि वो किस लिए मांग रहे हो आप. सो यू नो लेट मी से दैट थ्रू अ सॉन्ग. हमें समझा ना मैं जाना जो भी तुमने मुझसे कहा है सेनोरिटा, मगर फिर भी न जाने क्यों मुझे सुन के अच्छा लगा है सेनोरिटा. मुझसे यूं नजर ना फेरो, आओ पास मेरे, मुझको बाहों में तुम घेरो. जीना सेनोरिटा, चाहत के दो पल भी मिलवाए, दुनिया में ये भी कम है क्या, दो पल को तो आओ हो जाए. भूले हम क्रिएटिव फीस है क्या सेनोरिटा, सुनो सुनो सेनोरिटा कहते हैं हम क्या.
You know, like in the events that we do, we are running out of time, so I'm told, so let it roll, man. I sometimes feel there's no money for anything, or money for nothing, whichever way you look at it. But we love you guys. From the bottom of our bank account.
No money and love, perfect.
Brother, take this bill from me, 'cause I can't use you anymore. For creative work, I have agencies. Please stop knocking on procurement's door. Knock, knock, knocking that creative door. Knock, knock, knocking that creative door. Sister, take this estimate from me, 'cause I can't bear it anymore. There's a long dark line of creative agencies. Get back to knocking that stage floor. Knock, knock, knocking that stage floor. Knock, knock, knocking that stage floor.
Woo! That's a tough one. Okay, so finally we come to our favorite, and I don't mean finally in this journey, but in our next segment, the last minute changes. Do they ever stop? Okay, so Brian, take it away.
Last minute changes is right. I didn't know I was on. Story of our lives, right? Long time ago, I can still remember that brief used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But changes make me shiver with every concept I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep, I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about last minute trials. Something touched me deep inside the day your brief died.
You tell it like it is,
So
Brian.
bye, Mr. Client. Turn my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I say bye. This will be the day I say bye. Want to stand for something now, don't we?
Let's hear what the client has to say about this.
You know, I think you seriously need some help. Can I suggest one simple step?
Breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to change. Don't leave me. Look around, change is all around. All around other agencies, they know how to change for me. If you want my busyness, change is part of that particular mess.
Oh my God. You know, there are hundreds of us here, hundreds, and just two of you, but we hear you loud and clear. What do you have to say?
Sir, change is the law of nature, change is this, change is that, everything you said, but लिमिट भी तो होती है। कहीं तो विराम लगाना पड़ेगा, और अगर आप नहीं लगाओगे तो फिर कयामत भी हो सकती है। मेरे महबूब कयामत होगी, आज गड़बड़ तेरे वेंट में बत्ती होगी। मेरी नजरें तो गिला करती हैं, तेरे दिल को भी सनम तुझसे शिकायत होगी।
There you go, Samir. You tell the clients. Okay.
देखो यार, I will just say कि as he himself said, change is the only thing constant. You should be grateful that you're going to getting to work with organizations like us. Okay? I mean, that should be a reward enough. Don't crib about changes. Okay? और मैं आपको सिर्फ यही बोलूँगा कि
घड़ी बदल रही है रूप जिंदगी, छाँव है कभी कभी है धूप जिंदगी, हर पल यहाँ जी भर जियो, जो है समा कल हो ना हो। अच्छा ये आपके लिए है। चाहे जो तुम्हें पूरे दिल से मिलता है वो मुश्किल से, ऐसा जो कोई कहीं है, बस वो ही सबसे हंसी है। इस हाथ को तुम थाम लो, ये मेहरबान कल हो।
ये भारी था थोड़ा सा।
Okay, so we've crossed the barrier of last minute changes, but finally everything that we promised and everything that we built, and then something called freebies, which I think the list of deliverables is this much, and the list of freebies is this much. So we're going to start with you from the client side. So tell us what you think about it. Krishnan, over to you.
You know, now you guys kept singing about love. It's our turn now.
You fill up my senses with that list of freebies, like a crown in your laughter, like a freebie for me. Come, let me love you when you give me some freebie. I will always hold this in my heart. Come freebie again.
Oh my God. Ryan?
If only you wore a skirt. If only you wore a skirt. Look, I'm close to giving up here. We try, and then we try, and then we try some more. Well, just once. I hope the relationship will work. I didn't dance, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. 'Cause here we are back where we were before. Seems nothing ever changes. We're back to being strangers, wondering if we ought to stay or head on out the door. Just once, can we figure out what we keep doing wrong? While the good times never last for long, what are we doing wrong? Just once, can we find a way to finally make it right? To take the magic last for more than just one night. If we could just get to, I know we could break through it.
Vishal, you can't ignore such a genuine call from the heart.
Yeah, I think everyone thinks that for everything that you get, you have to pay money. But you know, जिंदगी बड़ी unfair होती है. तो आप चाहते हैं कि आपको हर चीज के लिए पैसा मिले, बट वो मिलता नहीं. तो वो क्यों नहीं मिलता? हर किसी को नहीं मिलता या प्यार जिंदगी में, हर किसी को नहीं मिलता या प्यार जिंदगी में. खुश नसीब है वो जिनको है मिली ये बहार जिंदगी
मांगते जा रहे चैन में आता कभी। शहनाई तेरे दिल को दुआ कीजिए, ओ मेरे दिल के चहनाए तेरे दिल को दुआ कीजिए। अपना ही साया देख के तुम जाने जहां, अभी तो ये कहे मंजिल है, तुम तो अभी से घबरा गए। इनका क्या होगा सोचो तो जरा, थोड़ा सब्र तो भैया किया कीजिए।
Okay, so now we're nearing the end of this beautiful journey, which is slightly bumpy to say the least, but it finally comes down to money, 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 and बहुत डर लगता है आपके purchase department से, your finance. But what about these late payments? Please tell us. So Vishal, we'd love for you to start.
अच्छा मैं कुछ बोलूंगा नहीं, मैं सिर्फ गाऊंगा। आप समझ जाना मैं क्या गा रहा हूं। एक कुड़ी जिला ना मोहब्बत गुम है, दिस इज द की पार्ट, गुम है साथ मुरादी सोनी भगत है, गुम है, गुम है, गुम है, गुम है, गुम है। One more time. एक कुड़ी
Guys, please sing along.
मोहब्बत गुम है, गुम है, गुम है।
समित, इस पे आपका क्या कहना है?
इन्होंने तो कुछ बोला नहीं, फिर मैं भी कुछ नहीं बोलूं। इंतहा हो गई इंतजार की, रंग 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 आए ना कुछ खबर, चेक यार की, रंग 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 ये हमें बेवफा हो नहीं, फिर वजह क्या हुई चेकना आने की, रंग 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 इंतहा हो गई इंतजार के। बात जो है उसमें बात हो यहाँ कहीं नहीं किसी में, वो है मेरी बस है मेरी शोर है यही गली गली में। सर, दिस वॉज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू व्हाट यू सेड। साथ साथ वो है मेरे गम में मेरे दिल की हर खुशी में, जिंदगी में वो नहीं तो कुछ नहीं है मेरी जिंदगी में। बुझ न जाए शमा एतबार की, इंतहा हो गई इंतजार की, रंग 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 आए ना कुछ खबर मेरे चेक की।
Clients, please don't toy with this achy breaky heart. Come on.
I know, but you know, as good clients, this is where training intervention is required. So if you would kindly join me, I will walk you through a process to ease this burden. I'll tell you when you have to join, but you got to join, okay? It'll be very simple. Can I see a show of hands? Everybody's all right. So I'll tell you, right?
Shed a tear 'cause I'm missing you. I'm still alive to smile. Girl, I think about you and your payment. Was a time when it was so straight. Now there's an SAP process. Finance has your bill. This I just know now. Said sugar, take it slow. Your bills are doing fine. All you need is just a little patience. Said sugar, make it right. Your payment's on the way. All you need is just a little patience.
Now you gotta join, okay? Sing along.
Patience, yeah. Just a little patience, yeah.
I gotta hear you. Come on, everybody.
Just a little patience, yeah.
You're gonna join, otherwise this
Everyone
training.
join in! Woo!
And they walk in the streets tonight.
Oh yeah! Woo!
Just to push finance to get it right. It's hard to do with so many calls. Can't you see that this takes a toll? And if you chill, I'll get it for you. Isn't that what I always do? But I need you. Yeah, but I need you. Ooh, I need you. I need you. Ooh, this time. Fantastic.
Woo! You know, with a performance like that, we don't mind waiting a bit more for that check. With a performance like that, woo!
Fantastic. Fantastic. Are you standing up? He owes you money?
Get it right!
Kidding. He's got more syphilis. What do you mean? Listen, hey, you win some, you lose some. The idea is to be happy, right? Hey, dance through life, man, even if it's in the dark.
Guys, please join in! We've come to the end of our journey!
I did a little evening, and I ain't got nothing to say. I called in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't got no tired.
began by saying that at the end of the day, it takes two. It takes client plus agency to create such beauty, mammoth setups, wonderful events, and everything that we live for. Ladies and gentlemen, the final call. Everyone together. And this time we want you all to join in, please. We are one team at the end of the day. And it's all happening. Coming to you at EEMAGINE 2019.
One for Karan, wherever he is.
Karan at the console.
You should the man actually. You're the culprit. Come here.
You're the man. You're the man.
Come here. Come on.
Okay, and also I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Karanveer, Mr. Harish Babu, Mr. D.V. Vinod, and Mr. Lalit Gathani to the stage to present some mementos to the awesome foursome, the agency and client coming together and creating magic on stage. Okay, so can we have Mr. Karanveer, Mr. Harish Babu, Mr. D.V. Vinod and the Mr. Okay.
Guys, everybody, just give a big round of applause to Karan for this incredible idea. Vishal, Krishnan, Samit, Brian, you guys are just superstars. A VP North, West, East, South. This is the way to go for the AGM tomorrow. I hope you all are rehearsing.
AGM stands for all good, mate.
So request our artists to remain on stage. We have a little something for you. They are now artists. They are now.
Will we get our payment?
You need a little patience.
Just asking. Just asking.
A little something.
ये बैंड मार्केट करो 15-20 लाख रुपए में भी समित सर
Do we also have
15 लाख रुपए
Prerna
कॉस्ट
Saxena join us on
15 लाख
stage?
रुपए बैंड की कॉस्ट
Ms. Prerna Saxena, please join us on
Worth it.
stage to present
Worth
the
it, worth it,
message.
worth it. कितने की बोली लगाई है इसने 15 लाख मिल तो रहे थे ना कम से कम
Guys, can we have a big round of applause for our musicians? Provided wonderful music, yes? Can we complete without them?
Guys, just want to give all our backing musicians a round of applause. All the boys everywhere.
And Vinayak, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Wonderful, guys, so splendid. Thank you so much. And the instrumentals, Vishal, Samit, Krishnan, and of course Brian. What a start, ladies and gentlemen, to Imagine 2019. To be request all of you to remain on stage for a group photo. Okay, I don't know how we're going to recover from that.
Thank you all for being here on time. Most importantly, as they say, all of this happens because of you guys. It's not necessarily just jugaad ki make do, because you all make it possible, and that's what clients need to understand. Give yourselves a big round of applause. We are running late, so I'm going to ask all of you to sit down. We have two primary keynote addresses right now, starting with Nilesh Mishra, followed by Neelam Kapoor, and after that, please do go to the sessions downstairs. We've got fabulous speakers for the whole day lined up. All of you in front, settle down. All the stars. Gitika, Brian, settle down. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Requesting everyone to settle down. So we'll be calling Mr. Nilesh Mishra to the stage in just a few moments from now. Before that, requesting everyone to please settle down. Okay, so everyone in the front, I know it's going to take us a little while to recover from the magic that we just recreated on stage. Requesting everyone at the back and the front to settle down. Okay, so fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, requesting everyone to please settle down. You know, we're always after our clients at conferences that everyone please sit down. We're running on this really strict schedule, so requesting all our delegates attending the Imagine 2019 to please settle down, take their seats. Okay. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce our keynote speaker, our first address of the day. So fun fact, you know, we've always thought that us as humans were at the top of the food chain. But that's not true. It only happened less than 100,000 years ago. Requesting, sorry, while I interrupt this fun fact, requesting everyone to please settle down. We'd like to have all of you seated before we invite someone really special to the stage. The tea, coffee, everything will reach you. Requesting our... Thank you, everyone. Take your seats. Coming coming up, something really, really special. Okay, so now that I have your attention, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, I hope I do. Okay, wonderful, I love it. Okay, so I was just saying that we always assume that we as humans were the top of the food chain, but that is not true. It happened merely maybe 70,000 odd years ago. So we've been in existence for a lot more than that, maybe around 200,000 years ago. But what happened? What happened that got us from dwindling in the middle rungs of the food chain to the top? Yes, the invention of fire and some tools helped, but I'd like to tell you that the main thing that brought us as a human race to the top of the food chain was the art of communication. It was language. Now most of you will think that yes, we could communicate, so we could say there's a tiger near the river, don't go near the river, right? But that is not the kind of communication that brought us to the top of the food chain. That kind of communication even monkeys can do by different calls. What really propelled us to the top of the food chain was the art of storytelling, the art of gossip, because it was through the art of gossip, the art of creating fiction, that we could band together. Not in hundreds, but in thousands and in millions. So this is how far back the art of storytelling goes. Because you see, gossip, fiction, it's in our DNA. So ladies and gentlemen, coming up, I gave you this little background because it really sets the stage for our special guest who's coming up to deliver the first address at Day 2 of Imagine 2019. He is someone who truly brings to life the art of storytelling. He's a journalist, an author, a radio storyteller, scriptwriter, and lyricist. He is known for his very, very popular radio show, Yaadon Ka Idiot Box, with Nilesh Mishra on Big FM 92.7. The way he talks, the way he brings stories to life, is when you're driving home and you've reached home, you still keep driving some more because he is just that good. So please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Mr. Nilesh Mishra. Welcome, sir.
बड़ी जाती है मेरे साथ कि इतनी ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस के बाद मुझे बुलाया गया। दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है नीलेश मिश्रा, कहानियाँ सुनाता हूँ। आजकल एक मज़ेदार चीज़ होती है मेरी ज़िंदगी में। मेरी माँ, जिनको अच्छे से नींद नहीं आती है बहुत सालों से, वो रात को YouTube पर मेरी 3 कहानियाँ सुनकर सोती हैं। कहती हैं बहुत अच्छी नींद आती है। और मेरी बेटी जो अब 4 साल की है, वैदेही, वो पिछले 1 साल से कहानियाँ सुना रही है। ज़िद करके मैं जब रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहा होता हूँ तो मुझे हटा के माइक के सामने बैठ जाती है और बहुत जल्द वो और उसके जैसे बहुत से और चिल्ड्रन स्टोरी टेलर्स को मैं रेडियो पर लाऊंगा एक नए शो के माध्यम से। This is the diverse range and the power of storytelling for me. When I accidentally walked into this alley 7-8 years ago, I had no knowledge that I could do storytelling. I had never written a story in my life. I had never been in front of the mic. It was just a series of beautiful coincidences that led me there. But I discovered that in a country with some of the oldest oral storytelling traditions in the world, somehow we had forgotten about them. The cable TV arrived, then economic liberalization happened, our 9 to 5 or 10 to 5 jobs became 10 to 8 jobs. जो पापा पहले 5 बजे 6 बजे घर आ जाते थे, वो 9 बजे आते थे, 10 बजे आते थे. The bond of storytelling, the bond of families, parents, grandparents telling stories to each other was broken. Grandparents खुद बिजी थे टीवी पे, और बच्चे भी बिजी हो गए थे, और धीरे धीरे सब मोबाइल फोन की दुनिया में चले गए. In this time of swift technological advancement, in this time of a constant fight for attention between the TV, the mobile phone, the shopping mall, the next web series, how could the spoken word survive? So when I started this journey, I had no idea that I had touched a raw nerve of this nation. I had no idea that in India, even today, hundreds of millions of people still want to hear and narrate stories. जब मैंने कहानियाँ सुनाना शुरू किया तो कुछ शिकायतें आने लगी थी कि आपकी वजह से हम ऑफिस से देर से निकलते हैं ताकि रास्ते में कहानियाँ सुन सकें. आपकी वजह से हमको पार्किंग लॉट में गाड़ी पार्क करके बैठा रहना पड़ता है, ऊपर से फोन आ रहा होता है, लेकिन कहानी खत्म नहीं हुई होती है. सर्दियों में कहानियाँ सुनाना शुरू किया था तो लोगों के घरों में रेडियो नहीं थे, तो कुछ कपल्स ने बताया कि उनका जब झगड़ा होता था तो 9 बजने में लगभग 10 मिनट पहले वो कहते थे कहानी सुनिए क्या, और दूसरा कहता था हाँ, और झगड़े के बावजूद दोनों पार्किंग लॉट में जाते थे, कार में बैठते थे और कहानी सुनते थे. I discovered India is a nation of weepy men, because so many men responded by saying that they cry when they hear our stories. I discovered that young people whom we consider frivolous, whom we do not consider serious audiences, have a split personality. My youngest known everyday audience is 5 years old, and the oldest is grandparents, and often they hear our stories together. I discovered that somebody in Sopore or in Kashmir or in Guwahati or in Bangalore, who might not understand Hindi as a first language, was still following our stories. Because somewhere they had some universal emotion in them. And this journey began to change my life. My father once asked me, यार तुमने नौकरी छोड़ दी? I used to be the deputy executive editor of Hindustan Times. So I put him before my Facebook page and I said, and somebody had written, I heard this story yesterday and it changed my life. And I said, when was the last time I did anything in my life that changed anybody's life? This is the power of stories. I didn't know of it. I didn't know that a woman would call me and say, thank you for saving my life because I was in a bad relationship. And your stories gave me courage. And I walked out of that relationship and I'm marrying my childhood sweetheart next week, so I'm calling to thank you. I was not aware that so many people dealing with depression would call us in the thousands over the last 6-7 years, who would say our storytelling healed their depression. So many students who said our stories helped them get better grades, helped them de-stress. That was the power of the spoken word for us. It was an accidental discovery, an accidental romance between me and the spoken word. And when we started out, the spoken word was not fashionable. Several people from several companies, including companies that some of you represent here, used one sentence to tell me what they thought of that effort. I remember one sentence very clearly, and the others were different formulations of this sentence. This is a brilliant idea. It will never work. And over the years, whenever I've started something new, I've been told this in various forms. This is a brilliant idea. It will never work. My friends who were running radio stations called me and said, "तुम ये क्या पागलपन कर रहे हो? कहानियां कौन सुनना चाहता है? In this day and age, who wants to hear stories at prime time? Stories that have nothing tantalizing, nothing titillating. They do not stereotype or objectify women. They do not insult people on the basis of or create humor on the basis of their color of skin or their weight or the amount of hair on their head or which part of the country they come from. Stories that are just good literature." And I was told that radio is the most fickle medium. It has no appointment listening. Nobody waits to hear anything on the radio. I was told that radio is only about Bollywood. And I was delighted that we were able to prove all of these hypotheses wrong. That people said they waited to hear us. That people said they wanted fewer songs, they wanted more story. That people said these stories touched them in ways that they did not and could not have imagined. And then we started on to the next step of this journey, because we realized that there are millions and millions of people who not only want to hear stories, but our effort had created a new wave of people who wanted to tell stories, who wanted to express, who had things to say. And slowly other radio stations took to storytelling. An entire subculture of open mics began in this country, and somewhere our effort was the guardian of that subculture. And across hundreds of cities in this country, across thousands of cafes and public spaces, a new wave of spoken word artists emerged. How do we give them a platform? These are voices of different parts of this country, different languages, different geographical regions, different belief systems, different age groups. So recently I started something new, which was an effort to take storytelling into the next 20, 30, 40 years. How do we look at it beyond today? What is the future of the spoken word? And we created a platform called Your Mic. The platform is called Mic, and if you could pull up the website that we have, www.yourmic.in. An effort to give a platform to hundreds and thousands of emerging artists, spoken word artists across this country, across languages, across regions. People who otherwise would never have been discovered. I have the privilege of mentoring a team called the Plenary of writers for the last 6 to 7 years. I think our biggest source of satisfaction is that we've broken the umbilical cord that existed between creative people and success, which was बॉम्बे जाना पड़ेगा आपको सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए, घर छोड़ना पड़ेगा, पापा की दुकान छोड़नी पड़ेगी, EMI वाली नौकरी छोड़नी पड़ेगी, वरना वो जो आपकी ख्वाहिश है, जो सपना है, जो हुनर है, उसको मार देना पड़ेगा. Today, one of the writers of our Mandli is 19 years old and lives in a village by the India-Pakistan border in Rajasthan. And when I say border, it's that kind of village which is evacuated when tensions happen. So plumb at the border. What are the odds? What are the odds that 19-year-old Diksha Chaudhary would have received an audience of millions and millions of people? Another of our writers lives in a village on the India-Nepal border, in a conservative family which doesn't even know, half of it doesn't even know that she has eked out this small space for herself to pursue her dreams. There are women who had to give up their careers or their ambitions to write when they got married. Those women who pursued motherhood, who pursued their matrimonial duties and were asked to sacrifice or expected to sacrifice their talent and craft. There are men and women in boring jobs who have nothing to do, well, they find them boring, nothing to do with creativity, where suddenly they have a platform of millions. Every week, our work across multiple radio stations, across Big FM, Radio Mirchi, Red FM, All India Radio, reaches more than 100 million people across digital platforms, Savan, across my YouTube platform, soon on new digital platforms. And what I want to achieve going forward is that can we somehow, one way or the other, touch the life of every household in the country through the spoken word? Right now we believe that every 10th or 12th person in this country consumes our content in some way, whether in villages or cities, every day or every week, through internet, through radio, through All India Radio. And we want to take this power, this reach, this influence, many fold now. Mic is a platform. For example, if you were to click on the top carousel on the left, Ek Postman Ki Chitti. Here. So all of my best content will be available here now. Sorry, can we have some sound? Oh. I think there's an audio connection. I think it's muted. The video is muted. You'll have to go to the right bottom and yeah. No, it's not. Oh. Anyway, we can go back and I can just show you. We should have done this earlier. Yeah, we can just go back to the main. It's unmuted now. Okay. Volume बढ़ा. Sorry. एक postman की चिट्ठी.
First one. Yeah.
Volume. It's still mute. Go to the speaker.
निमिया के पेड़ जाने काटे हाय बाबा, निमिया बसेरा चिरैया हो, बेटी के उरेठ बोली जाने बोली हा बाबा, बेटिया तज जैसन चिरैया
Thank you. Can you go back to the homepage?
बेटिया त जैसन चिरैया
So this is she has
उड़ी उड़ी
yeah.
जय है
Bhojpuri and Maithili folk songs. We can play my story now, please. Play now. Yeah, below this, play now. Yeah.
मैं झटके से कुर्सी पे बैठ गया। सामने छोटी प्लेट हटाकर स्टील के जग से पानी पिया। रिटायरमेंट का फंक्शन 40 मिनट में शुरू होने वाला था, लेकिन मेरे बेटे ने अपनी जिंदगी से मुझे पहले रिटायर कर दिया था। 3 बार मैंने ऊपर से नीचे तक चिट्ठी पढ़ी। यकीन ही नहीं हुआ कि वो बेटा जो मेरी आंखों का तारा था, जिसको मैंने इतने प्यार से बड़ा किया था, जिसको मैं अपने बुढ़ापे का सहारा मानता था, वो बेटा मुझको एक झटके में एक चिट्ठी लिख के छोड़ के जा रहा था।
Thank you.
कहानियां सुनाता हूँ। याद शहर में आज मैं आपको सुनाने जा रहा हूँ।
Then we have, if you can go to the top right carousel, the top carousel on the second from left. Yeah. You can play the slow interview. Yeah. So the idea is also now to take this on the stage, the slow interview.
मतलब मुझे आशा है आज तो आप शायद मुझे पसंद करते हो, लेकिन अगर तब उस जमाने में मिलते तो आप मुझे सख्त ना पसंद।
Not a likable person.
अरे मैं इतना चिल्लाता था, वो स्क्रीमिंग, शाउटिंग, कम्पेटिटिव, हाइपर कम्पेटिटिव।
अच्छा।
हर चीज़ में सोचता था मुझे ये क्यों नहीं मिला, वो क्यों नहीं मिला। अगर अच्छा इंक्रीमेंट मिलता था तो सोचता था नहीं कम मिला, ज़्यादा मिलना चाहिए था। प्रमोशन मिला तो सोचता था 2 साल पहले क्यों नहीं मिला।
खुश नहीं रहते थे।
हाँ, वो भी सफलता मुझे खुशी कभी नहीं मिलती थी, क्योंकि मैं हरदम आगे ही सोचता रहता था कि नहीं मेरी सैलरी सिर्फ इतनी है, इतनी क्यों नहीं हुई।
Yes, you can go back.
कैबिन मिला तो मेरा कैबिन बड़ा क्यों नहीं मिला। तो अगर वैसा आपका
We can go back to the homepage, please.
भगवान जो भी आशीर्वाद देते हैं।
So the idea is that in an era of fast-paced conversations, content, to slow it down. This is a show that I do called The Slow Interview, which we now want to take in its live form around the country. In the second carousal, if you can